Namaste everyone.
Namaste, namaskaram.
Namaste, ma'am.
Namaste, Doc.
Yes. So in continuation,
Namaste.
yeah, namaste to one and all. In continuation to the previous session, we'll go on to another topic, Ayurvedic home remedies. So in Ayurveda, we are using various substances, among which we are using spices also as medicines. These spices, we are using them as curative, preventive also, for therapeutic purpose and also for preventive aspects. Basically, what are spices? Are their aromatic flavors, and we are using them for taste. Okay. Now we may give, like, which part do we use as spice? It varies from different plant to plant. Some we may use seeds like pepper. Okay. Some we may use fruits like jati phala. It's called as nutmeg. Some we may use root bark like dalchini. Okay. So different plant substances are used. They are used for flavor, color, and for preservation effect. But that is for the purpose of cooking. But we are using them as a medicament for therapeutic and preventive aspects. Okay. So in the previous session, we have studied about ginger. So this is about ginger in its wet form. How are we going to use this? Okay. Okay. This ginger juice has to be peeled, grated, and the juice extracted up to 1 spoon of juice. To this juice, you can add salt. You can add salt and give it half an hour prior food. Give it half an hour prior food. This will help in stimulating the appetite. This will help in stimulating the appetite. I repeat. Peel, grate it, extract the juice up to 1 spoon, 1 teaspoon, add required amount of salt. Preferred is Saindava Lavana, the rock salt, and then it should be given half an hour prior food. This is one of the best medicines to improve the appetite or to kindle the digestive fire. Okay. Next, hoarseness of voice. 1 to 3 gram of dry powder with honey is in three divided doses can be given to improve the voice. Next, this ginger powder. Okay, ginger powder. Mix it with warm water and apply it over the forehead. This will help in relieving the headache. Ginger powder. Okay, Pitta Prakriti people use it with caution while application to the forehead. Pitta Prakriti people to be used in with caution. Abdominal pain. The same juice to be mixed with buttermilk, lemon, and salt and given. So this can be used as preventive as well as therapeutic. Preventive, somebody is having stomach pain due to loss of appetite or due to indigestion. This stomach pain due to indigestion. This works better in that condition. Stomach pain or abdominal pain due to indigestion. In that condition, mix it with buttermilk, add a little of lemon and salt, and advise it. It is going to be beneficial. Yes, this we can also give dry powder, mix it with the jaggery, and give it in 3 divided doses. Next, the juice of this. So this is the dry powder form. When you're having cough and cold, powder has to be mixed with the jaggery and given. If you want to prevent, then 10 ml of decoction to be prepared from ginger every morning and given. Okay, after half an hour of consumption of this, any food can be given. This will help in preventing recurrent attacks of cold. So to prevent repeated occurrence of upper respiratory tract infections, we can give this. Moving on to Ajwain. Yes, in the last previous slide also I told this is a very good medicine for dysmenorrhea or pain during the menstruation. 1 gram powder with lukewarm water twice or thrice per day. 1 gram powder with lukewarm water twice or thrice per day. This can be given in the form of powder, or just take 1 teaspoon of this and add it to 100 ml of water and boil it for 10 minutes, filter it, and then give only the water. This will also help in relieving the abdominal pain. Better results when it is lukewarm, or if you want to prepare it once per day and keep it, yes, you can prepare it and keep on throughout the day. Repeated administration of this will help in reducing the abdominal pain. So this will work good wherein you find children who are who have recently attained menarche, and in the initial days they do have abdominal pain during the menses. Those patients, this can be given. Now, abdominal pain is present in few people during menses, in few at the end of menses, in few at the beginning of menses. So, when we know the abdominal pain is due to the menstrual cycle, then in those conditions, Ajwain along with hot water, you can boil Ajwain with hot water and then filter it and give, or else, as they told, to mix 1 gram powder with lukewarm water twice or thrice per day. But I would say, based on the pain, you can repeat the dosage. Nothing much harm will be there unless you see symptoms of acidity. You can advise this. In cases of sinusitis, make a powder of this and then mix it with hot water and apply it over the forehead. This will help in relieving the sinusitis. This will basically help in relieving the heaviness what patients have in sinusitis. In cases of nasal block, okay, nasal block, this is a simple one, wherein in case of nasal block, put Ajwain or the what you call the crushed Ajwain. Crushed, it may not be totally powdered, but the crushed Ajwain can be put into the steamer or in the water which you are going to take steam, and then the inhalation can be done. So this what happens, this being Tikshna, this has the property of cleansing the channels. So it will help in removing or unblocking the airways, will help in unblocking the airways, and hence patient will be able to breathe easily. In cases of loss of appetite, 1 gram powder with warm water half an hour before meals. Yes, as I told in menses, 1 to 2 gram powder of seeds with warm milk thrice a day for 2 to 3 days. You can give it with milk or with hot water. Anything, both are acceptable. But again, milk has to be warm. For people who don't like milk or dislike milk, they can simply take it with hot water. Any doubts till here?
No, ma'am, it's clear.
Moving on to Punica granatum or pomegranate. Pomegranate is one, I would say it's like, what do you call? Nothing of this fruit gets wasted. As last time I told, the peel of this. Okay, let me tell what's in the slide, then I'll tell. 10 ml juice of fruit with sugar twice a day in case of bleeding piles. Yes. Okay. So one thing is, if we want to arrest bleeding in cases of bleeding piles, we have to stop
Sorry,
bleeding.
ma'am. Namaste. Sorry, I got late today.
Okay, namaste. Kindly join.
Sorry. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. Cases of bleeding piles, wherein our intention is to arrest the bleeding, there the rind of the fruit, that is the what you call the peel of the fruit, and also these yellow layers in between the seeds, that can be dried, okay, and then powdered and mixed it with hot water and given, or else just the peel and the rind, if it is dried, put it in water, boil it, filter and give. So the intention there is to stop or arrest the bleeding. Next, if due to bleeding piles, if person is becoming anemic, then make a juice of this Purica granatum seeds and then advise it. Okay. Or you simply the fresh pomegranate can be eaten, the intention being to replenish the lost blood. Okay, next, this decoction can be given 10 decoction, as I said, of the fruit rind. Yes, to arrest bleeding, it has to be 10 ml decoction thrice a day or even up to 5 times based on the severity of the presentation. Similarly, this same decoction can be given for IBS presentation. Similar similar decoction can be given for IBS presentation. Yes, I told 10 ml decoction of fruit skin thrice a day. Next, halitosis, that means bad odor from the oral cavity. Bad odor from the oral cavity. So in that condition, gargling can be done with warm decoction prepared from fruit skin. So the same decoction what we have prepared for bleeding piles, for IBS, for diarrhea, that same can be given for oral cavity gargling. You can mix or add a pinch of salt. Add a pinch of salt, or else there's something called as tankana, borax. That can be added one pinch, and then it can be given for mouth as a mouth gargle. That will help in uh, changing the odor of the oral cavity. Yes, in cases of hyperacidity wherein you complain of burning sensation in stomach, etc., the fruit juice can be given. Okay, 10 ml, that is before food, or you can simply make a habit of eating pomegranates or drinking pomegranate juices as per your wish. As per your wish. Yes, Amla, Indian gooseberry. This is one of the important one which acts as a immunomodulator. So there was the last time somebody asked me a question, immunomodulator. So one is Guruji, Amritaballi, we discussed last session. And here is Amla or Indian gooseberry, which is very good as an immunomodulator, very good as an immunomodulator. But I would say when we are talking about these as immunomodulators, what I personally feel is when we are using this, I would say in at least the Indians, whenever it is a seasonal fruit, whenever it's available in the seasons, use it. So, but don't make pickles out of it and eat. So, you adding salt and chili powder and fermenting it, it is going to lose its property of being an immunomodulator. But rather than that, eating fresh is the best, or else at least in the sweet form is better to some extent, rather than making pickles out of this and eating, where therein you will be relishing the amla taste, or you feel you're eating amla, but you're not getting the immunomodulator effect out of it. Okay. So amla provides good nutrition, boosts health and immunity. Now in cases of stress, so this 25 to 50 gram of root rind should be mixed with buttermilk and applied on the forehead. Should be mixed with buttermilk and applied on the forehead. We are using this amla. We are getting the dried amla powder as medicine we are using. We are doing a shirodhara with this amalaki powder and buttermilk. Amalaki powder and buttermilk, we are doing shirodhara for diabetes and stress-induced hypertension, etc. conditions. Okay, vidhani amla dhara it's called as. We are doing that shirodhara with this amalaki. In cases of hyperacidity or constipation, or somebody last time asked me about can we use amla juice. Yes, amla juice can be used whenever you don't have fresh fruits, but always if there is a season of fresh fruits and amla juice in the fridge, I would always opt for a fresh fruit that's available, else amla juice can be taken. 10 to 20 ml fruit juice twice a day, or 3 to 5 gram powdered fruit drink twice a day. So if it's in the powder form, take 3 to 5 grams. If it's in the liquid form, take 10 to 20 ml. It's also beneficial in hyperacidity and also in constipation. In cases of diabetes, so here it is fresh rhizome of haldi, HNFDI, fresh rhizome of haldi. That means what you need to do is take amalaki, remove the seeds out, and then crush it and try to extract the juice of it. To that juice, you add rhizome powder. You add rhizome powder, mix it, and eat it. This is one of the best medicines of diabetes. One of the best home remedy for diabetes. Can be very well adopted in the seasons where whenever amalaki is available. Whenever amalaki is available. Okay. In cases of graying of hair and hair fall, what we do is the fruit rind can be soaked, or else even simple the amla dried powder can be soaked in water overnight and applied to the scalp next day, and can be washed after half an hour. Okay, and eating amalaki is also good for graying of hair. In cases of bleeding gums, the fine powder of Amla should be rubbed over that particular area. Once, twice, or more than that based on the severity. That will help in controlling the bleeding. From the oral cavity. Okay. Dalchini or twak. Okay, so equal quantities of dalchini along with ajwain can be given for chewing. So that will help in rekindling the appetite. Okay, for headache, this has to be rubbed or take dry powder and mix it with hot water and apply it as a paste. Next, in case of dry cough, chewing controls the throat irritation and helps in dry cough. It's beneficial in dry cough, and when you're chewing it, it's going to be beneficial. Okay. In case of indigestion, 2-gram powder with hot water can be given. In cases of dental caries, toothaches, small pieces can be chewed and placed in that affected worm-infested teeth. Thus, after chewing, it has to be placed. Grita. So yes, we had a question in the last session, but ghee will increase weight, etc. No, ghee should be consumed provided you are taking good quantity, good quality ghee rather than vanaspati mixed ghee. Other than that, I think that's fine to consume ghee. Okay. So in cases of burns over the affected part, ghee can be applied. In cases of loss of appetite, wherein you don't have hunger. Okay. So what you do is you do your tadka, you give your bagar in ghee. Add a little of hing and jeera, and it has to be given. Okay. For children, if you ask me from birth till death, I would advise everyone to take ghee. Now, for children to have good memory, it is good that they take ghee. See, in South Indian culture, we have Brahmin community wherein they are extremely rich and multi-talented people. I feel one of the reasons as to why they are like that is just because of the amount of ghee they consume. Yes, and also the samskara which they get at home. But along with that, it is the ghee that they're taking. They take it in large quantities than others. So yeah, this is one of my favorite prescriptions. 1 teaspoon of ghee along with 1 cup warm milk at bedtime, and sugar as and when required as per need to be used. This is one of the best medicines. This is one of the rasayanas, and easy medicine that's available at everyone's home. Yes, again, when we came across turmeric, see here it is diabetes mellitus. Can you just recall what I told in context of amla? So in amla ki juice, in the Indian gooseberry juice, mix this turmeric powder, and then you can triturate it, you mix it, and then take it, or else mix 10 ml fresh juice of amla and also 10 ml juice of the wet rhizome, and then drink it. This is wonderful medicine for diabetes mellitus. In cases of acne, if you have a wet rhizome, crush it, try to make it into a paste. It won't be a fine paste. It will be a coarse paste that has to be applied over the face. Okay. And also haldi with water or haldi with cream helps in improving the complexion. Okay, yes. Another important one, 2-gram powder with warm milk and sugar twice a day. In cases of cold, in cases of repeated cold, in cases of allergic rhinitis, etc. So people with allergic rhinitis always use good amount of turmeric in your meal. Else, just boil water. To that boiling hot water, you can add pinch of turmeric, boil it and drink, or take the hot water to that mixed turmeric powder and drink it. Okay, it's one of the best medicines. Okay, we are using this for the wound cleansing or toileting of the wound also. Skin allergies, 1 to 3 gram powder with jaggery can be taken or mixed with hot water also can be taken. It can be taken with jaggery or mixed it with hot water and also take it. Hing or asafoetida. Hing or asafoetida, as I said yesterday in some concept while explaining, I told that there are panchavatas, okay, panchavatas, panchapittas and panchakafas. So like that, for apanavata, it is which are beneficial. So here what he tells, to mix hingu and apply it, mix it in hot water and apply it in and around the umbilicus. Okay, applying around the umbilicus in cases of children with bloating or abdominal discomfort. Or else this fried hingu mixed with ghee or buttermilk to be given twice a day for abdominal discomfort for conditions like pain in abdomen, pain abdomen. Also, this can be done in cases of dysmenorrhea, taking half cup of buttermilk, to that adding 1 pinch of asafoetida, to that adding 1 pinch of asafoetida, mixing it along with proper quantity of salt is beneficial in case of dysmenorrhea. If you are having pains during the menses, can be given during the menses period, or if you are having prior to menses, it can be given prior. Or people who are having this pain, dysmenorrhea during menses, what we can do is we can start it 5 to 10 days prior to the menstrual cycle. We can start advising hingu along with buttermilk prior to their menses. That will have make them have a symptom free period, or the intensity or the pain severity will be little lesser. Pain severity will be little lesser. The same I told. See, here I've written 2 days, but it depends on the severity of the pain. If the pain is mild to moderate, 2 should be good. Moderate to severe, 5. If it's severe more than 5, then more than, if it's severe, then you can go for 5 to 10 days prior. Based on the condition, based on the age, based on the tolerance of an individual, you can plan. Jeera. Okay, cumin seeds, 3 to 6 gram powder of dried jeera with rock salt is beneficial in cases of indigestion. Always remember, whenever you want to treat indigestion, whenever you feel you're having indigestion, see that you are eating these powders or medicines before food. Before food. Now, if you are experiencing this immediately after food, then you can take the medicine after food. Or else, if your intention is to rekindle the appetite, then it has to be given before food. Okay. In cases of diarrhea, buttermilk is given to replenish the intestinal flora. To that you add jeera. So because of diarrhea, or in case of disease of diarrhea, there is loss of appetite. So that loss of appetite is corrected by this jeera along with buttermilk. Jeera along with butter. Okay. In cases of
Ma'am, should the
hyperacid,
jeera be roasted before it's powdered?
it can be roasted or it can be just unroasted also. Better results are with roasted jeera.
Okay, thank you.
In cases of hyperacidity, what you can do is you can do the seasoning of jeera with ghee as base. To the ghee as base, add jeera, and then this should be mixed with rice. This should be mixed with rice, something like a jeera rice, where you're using pure ghee. Maricha pepper nigrum. This is black pepper. Black pepper. So 1 gram powder of seeds with ghee and honey twice daily. You can remove ghee, or you can make it devoid of ghee. 1 gram powder of seeds with honey twice daily is good for productive cough. For productive cough, that means there is sputum coming out. If you add ghee and honey, give it for patients with dry cough. Give it for patients with dry cough. See, that is the point of applying yukti. So if you're using for a dry cough, then give it with the ghee and honey, or simply ghee. If you're giving it for dry, for productive cough or cough with sputum, then give piper or nigrum or the pepper along with honey. Pepper along with honey. In cases of skin diseases, now what we are doing in case of skin diseases, especially patients with severe itching, this to the coconut oil or any oil that's available to you. Okay, In that oil, you can mix pepper. You can mix pepper and boil the oil or heat the oil or warm the oil and apply it to that particular area. Apply it to that particular area.
Will that apply also to dry skin?
No, no.
No.
Especially in patients with what you call skin diseases, with itching, especially in conditions of eczema.
Okay.
Especially in of eczema, it's beneficial. Okay. In cases of indigestion, so along with ginger juice, rock salt, a pinch of pepper can also be added. A pinch of pepper also can be added. We came across this prior. Again, loss of appetite. So a pinch of this pepper along with lemon juice and water also can be given. Little modification as per one's choice. Methi, 2 gram powder with milk twice daily, or you can soak the methi fenugreek. You can soak that fenugreek in water and then take it the next day. And the fenugreek leaves are best galactogogues. That means they help in breast milk secretion. They are best galactogogues. So fenugreek seeds, if you have to use, make powder and mix it with milk and sugar and give. But it won't be so palatable. Rather, it is good to give fenugreek leaves. And it's also used as a conditioner wherein you get the fresh fenugreek leaves, make it into a paste and apply it to the scalp. Apply it to the scalp and hair. Coconut water, narikela. So for kidney stones and burning micturition. So kidney stones may or may not be associated with burning micturition. Sometimes in case of urinary tract infections, so coconut water is very beneficial. The reason being, drinking coconut water will help in flushing the urine. Once the urine is flushed, kidney stones formation will be reduced. So tender coconut water twice can be given. Also, tender coconut water is one of the best medicines for or best diet for herpes zoster infections. The more and more you drink tender coconut, the more and more you will get recovered faster. The reason being, herpes is basically pitta pradhana vyadhi. You are giving narikela or coconut, that's going to reduce the pitta in the body. Hence, there is faster recovery. In cases of herpes patients, we ask them to drink at least 4 to 5 coconuts per day. 4 to 5 tender coconuts per day. You have to check other parameters like diabetes mellitus, etc. and advice. Dehydration, tender coconut water should be taken frequently. Yes.
Why it says tender coconut?
I told you, tender coconut has the capacity to flush the urine out of the body.
Yeah, tender coconut. Is it fresh coconut or is it soft coconut?
See, tender coconut, I think the Indians who are here, residing here have understood. See, tender coconut is taking the coconut out when it is having the highest amount of water in it, not when the what you call the pulp has been formed, not when the pulp has been thickly formed. When it is having a thin pulp inside only, you are breaking open the tender coconut.
So it'll have a lot of water in it. The tender
Yeah.
lot of water.
When the water more,
Okay.
then that is the time you're supposed to use it.
Okay, all right. And the color of it's still like green outside, or I know we do
Yes.
get green skin on it, green skin. Okay.
Yeah. There are varieties available. Green skin is more predominantly found. Okay, moving to the neem. Neem, one of the best medicines for ringworm. Okay. So what we can do is you can make a decoction out of this. Take the leaves and cut them into pieces, and then you can boil the water and use it for bathing, or make a paste of these fresh leaves. And apply it to the ringworm lesion, or to have a dried powder, mix it with hot water and apply it to the ringworm lesion. Anything. You can boil and make that decoction can be used for toileting that area locally, or you can make a paste out of these leaves and apply it to that lesion locally. or you can, if you are having a dried powder, put hot water and apply to that area locally. In cases of ulcers also, paste is being applied, wounds or ulcers, based on presentation. Moving on to tulsi. Tulsi ossuum sanctum. For cough or cold, we are giving 5 to 10 ml of juice twice or thrice a day with honey. In case of loss of appetite, we are giving this in the same dosage prior to food. In cases of acne, dry powder is made and applied as a face pack over the face. Or if you are having the fresh leaves, make a paste out of this and apply it over the face. Any questions to here?
Yes, the cough, is it a dry cough or is it with the, sorry?
Productive cough. It is beneficial in cases of dry cough.
Okay.
In cases of burns, aloe vera pulp can be applied for skin. Aloe vera pulp as a pack, especially in conditions of oily skin, we can give this as a pack. If the person is kapha prakriti, then you can mix the same pulp with turmeric and give with turmeric. And also we are using this pulp for the scalp. We are using the pulp for the scalp also. And aloe vera juice is one of the best medicines for liver disorders. Aloe vera juice or consuming the pulp is one of the best medicines for liver disorders. So what I told here are the just initial steps what one has to do at home or when the condition is mild. If it is severe or you're not able to assess the condition, kindly rush to the hospital. Thank you.
Ma'am, in case we have aloe vera plant at home, how do we use it? I mean, you remove the green part, and then how
Yeah.
do you use the white part of it, the transparent thing?
Yeah, the pulp, you can take the pulp out from in the form of cubes and then put it into the mixer, make it into a paste and use it.
Okay. But are all aloe veras all right? There are some poisonous aloe veras as well?
See, the one with thorns at the side, and also the ones
Yeah.
which are having white dots, those are better quality ones. We
Okay.
get full green aloe vera and we get with white dots. The white dots one is better.
Okay.
Sorry, repeat that. We got a storm here and can't hear you clearly. Sorry about that. You say
Yeah,
aloe vera with the thorns?
thorns and white dots. That's better.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you just pull out the gel from that.
Yeah, take out the gel from.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Ma'am, do we need to, after cutting it, do we need to stand it for a while so that sticky thing, I think it gets some sticky stuff.
Yeah, the slimy part, it's okay if it is there. If you want to remove it, you can remove it.
Okay. Ma'am, about having milk with ghee, is it okay if we add haldi and pepper also to it?
Haldi is better. Pepper, I don't recommend.
Okay. Like just a pinch of pepper, since they say, okay.
You mentioned about roasting the jeera. Is that to release the ingredients there or the flavor?
See, the intention I told to roast jeera is so it is better metabolized or digested in the body once it is roasted. It is readily acceptable or it acts faster in the body.
Oh, okay. So it's broken down.
Yeah.
It's broken down. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now, is that same thing with spices then? Therefore, people, I know we don't do it much here, but in certain places, like I'm sure in India, where they will roast their spices before they cook. Is there same intention as well?
Yeah, yeah. And also
Okay.
they can store it for longer duration.
Sorry, you can store it.
Store it for longer time. See, coriander seeds are also roasted and kept. Jeera also is roasted and kept.
Ah.
They will
Oh,
not be.
okay.
There will not be worm infestation to those.
So you actually, because it's encapsulated with its natural form, it lasts much more longer than having it
Yeah.
buying the powdered ones from the shops.
Yes, yes, yes. Powder ones will be, worm infested easily.
It'll be what? Sorry,
Worm
Worm
infested.
worm infested.
Yes.
Worm
Ma'am,
infested.
any
Oh,
medicinal value of coriander seeds?
mm, coriander seeds. Yeah. So that is helpful in reducing the pitta dosha in the body. See, we have patients with burning sensation in the eyes or repeated attacks of acidity. Like, they are prone to acidity. Like 365 days, any type of treatments and even endoscopy, all those reports say it's normal. But these people are having acidity presentations or pitta vriddhi, pitta prakriti. People in those treatments, soaking coriander seeds overnight up to 12 grams or 10 grams, or rather 3 spoons in water, just the normal water. Soak these
Yeah.
and then next morning filter the water and drink the water. That will help in reducing the pitta.
Okay, so you don't need to boil the water after that. Just soaking and having that water is good enough.
Or rather of normal temperature water in lukewarm water. In lukewarm water, soak these seeds. Next day, filter the water and drink it on an empty stomach. After half an hour, you can take something. And also, we are
Oh,
advising the same for hypertension. Recently diagnosed with hypertension, we are
okay.
advising this. But the BP shouldn't be too high. Okay, if it is just 140, 150 by 80, 90, then we are advising
Yeah.
this. More than that, we
Okay.
directly go for medical.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Ma'am, what about methi seeds? Soaking methi seeds and having for diabetes, is that okay?
Yeah, it's advisable.
As a preventive or if you have diabetes?
See, this soaking methi seeds will act as for a disease. We give medicine also, and we give food also. So this will act as a food for diabetes mellitus. Like people
Okay.
ask, ma'am, I'm diabetic. Any home remedy can I do? Yes, this is what you can do. But it is not that just taking methi seeds in water, your blood sugar levels have reduced. No direct proof or evidence.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so we shall conclude the session. Okay, thank you everyone. We'll meet on the next session.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.